The internet is a very interesting place, and it's very hilarious.
It just takes one little thing.
One little fuck up.
One little match.
And it's going to follow you forever, you know? So, he did not handle that well, and...
he just seems like a weird dude.
Yeah, right?
Butthole.
So...
I bet he goes home at night and he just sits in the middle of his room. Nobody likes me. You're an alpha male. Nobody likes me. Oh man, even the therapist is telling him, no.
It brings a whole new meaning to using your tears as lube, okay?
Hey, Twitter world.
Don't pet the llama.
A pangender octopus who roams the cosmos in search of love.
I'm never gonna look at butt plugs the same.
Apparently, ducks are rapists.
I'm really uncomfortable with this conversation.
Till Death Podcast. Brought to you by Till Death Studios and Violent Vibe Tribe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Ian.
Jen.
All right, we're good now. Like I said a second ago, because that was tasty. Welcome to the podcast. This is episode 72. No guest this week. I think Nick had enough. We had enough of guesting with Nick last week, especially with his revelation of what his theme songs would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, just want to say to all the new subscribers, all the new people that are catching us now, thank you, welcome. We're sorry in advance. And we've been getting a lot of good feedback from the last episode and new platforms. We are on fully up on BitChute now. We just got onto Odyssey and getting some play from those new shorts.
Getting some play.
Kid and play. Okay, so... let's see. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow, all that good crap. And so you can catch up with us. Go to solo.to/tilldeathpodcast for all of our links. And teespring.com/store/tilldeathpodcast for any merch. And wherever, whatever links are down here in the titles. Just follow them, go to them, and I get kind of tired of repeating all of them every single time. So there we go. Oh, and violentvibetribe.com. Check them out. Okay, so first order of business, we are going to talk about a certain alpha male that it's been a couple of weeks since it's happened, but we've been in the middle of some things and. Just I feel that you need to see this because this is what this one guy's name's Jack Murphy. If you don't know Jack Murphy,
As in the stadium?
Yeah, right. It sucks because he ruined that name. Okay, so Jack Murphy is a guy who has said he was an alpha male.
Okay.
Right, and so he had this. He's a disaffected liberal. So he used to be a liberal and work in colleges.
Disinfected?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he should be, or anyone that's been with him. But anyways, yeah. So he was in colleges and universities and doing a bunch of stuff like that. And then I guess he got canceled or like fired from his job because of some things that he said or whatever. And then he decided to become conservative and because of being, cancel culture and, whatnot. And, I'm not mocking that, like I don't think it's real, but it's just that's what his reasoning was. And so, excuse me, he then wrote a book called Democrats Deplorable, which, funny title. And it was right around when, the Trump stuff came and, all that Hillary Clinton called us deplorables and everything. And then so he started this thing called the Liminal Order, which is a men's group. And it's basically, you pay money every month to get advice from men. And, like, he gives advice to men on how to be a better man and be an alpha man and, like, all this stuff. And to me, it's like, if you have to pay someone to tell you how to be an alpha male, I don't think that you have the chance of becoming one, because you're telling another
Seems
man.
like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, exactly. And then what a lot of people said was that once they got into the little chat rooms and talking to more men about things and whatever, it was just more things to buy. Like more people would say, "Oh yeah, pay for my class or my whatever."
Yeah, pyramid
you know how much it was a month? $100 a month, or $4,000 for a lifetime thing. So you pay this guy $4,000.
Pay me $4,000 a year. Wait, $4,000's lifetime.
$4,000's lifetime. $100 a month.
$100 a month.
I'll teach you how to be an alpha male.
I'll teach you how to be very ladylike.
Okay, so the thing that basically happened with him is he went on the Elijah Schaffer and Sydney Watson hosted show called You Are Here. Elijah Schaffer does a show called Slightly Offensive, and both the shows are on the Blaze TV, so conservative, whatever. And so basically on that show, and so Elijah Schaffer and Sydney Watson is more soft. She's like a higher pitched kind of Australian chick, and she's very sweet, very unassuming. Doesn't ever really try and be offensive. She just like talks, and she's not like, oh fuck you, whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's been a YouTuber for a while, and then the two of them have known each other, and then they had Jack Murphy on their show, and so I'm gonna play this video for you. And then we're going to go over what they talk about in this. And this is basically what they do is they do super chats. So they read their super chats that they get from their viewers. And a super chat, I don't know if you know what that is. Okay, a super chat is basically when you're doing like a live show, people will send in monetizable messages. So you send $5 to someone and they'll read your message on their show or whatever. And so people will send in super chats to them during their show to have them read on their show. And
Dangerous.
They don't really so once we become a little bit more popular, we start doing live shows, people might send us some super chats. I've seen some ridiculous amounts too. But so what they do, they just read them. They don't screen them before.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. So here, let me see. All right. Let me see, make sure we got this going on. Oh, really?
Max.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's the Mac or if it's the operator. I'm guessing it's the operator. Am I in the hole now? There we go. Cool.
And Christmas, Sid and Jack and Elijah.
Mr. Dick and Balls says, "Hey Jack."
See, that's what she does. She does this. Like she reads it like that's normal. Like she's not even saying, I'm not gonna skip the name. She just goes, Mr. Dick and Balls said.
Could you please clear up the cuck article you wrote?
I am not going to talk about
Again?
this.
Okay.
And basically, you know what? Fuck you for bringing this up right here and right now.
Me?
Why are you doing this to me?
I didn't know that. I didn't know what it was.
Well, just use a little bit of fucking common sense.
Sorry, apologies.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
Elizabeth Harrison says, gonna miss the show, but have a good break. IHTAC, what's that?
Okay.
What?
Nothing. I literally was just coughing. It's just an inconvenient cough.
Norfolk says, Sydney, you're looking really great tonight. Thank you very much.
Jay, real quick. That's not an alpha.
That guy just seems crazy.
Yeah, and honestly, and he's been on the Timcast IRL show every Wednesday or whatever for a while, and like he seemed like a cool dude, like not very crazy like that. He seemed like he dealt with things very well, had a very logical, take on things. But that was just
Whoever was the person, Mr. Dickenballs? Was it Mr. Dickenballs?
Yeah.
Who asked that's probably like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, he's being celebrated online.
No, I mean to her.
Oh yeah, no, honestly, like at first he was, but yeah, no, it was a $10 super chat and it brought down this guy. And because there was an actual article, which we'll get into in just
so
a
does
second.
no one like this guy, or
Not anymore. Because I'll explain it a little bit more.
Try
So-
to think says, Lige, just buy a damn house already. And
So, this is when he storms off the set.
Through on the sleigh. We're very, very happy to have had that. Anyways, Sydney, do you want to
Quote,
close us
storms.
out?
you want me to fuck it up one last time?
Yes, last time, mess it up.
Guys, we will be back in early January. We will miss you, and we do hope that you guys have a really, really, really happy and safe Christmas and a happy New Year as well. And we will be, on our own socials as well, so you can always follow us there. As we like to say here, life is in fact a lot of bullshit, and unfortunately, you are here, and so are we. And we will see you in a few weeks. Like I said, stay safe and well. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great weekend, and a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Kind of like their little setup, too. And usually they'll sit there and, like, this camera, they kind of, like, talk to each other and whatever as the camera's going off or whatever, but you can see them, like, whoa, dude, like, what's going on? So, yeah, context. I have the whole article that we'll be reading here in a second. I just had to put that in there because it's funny with the clown music. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to read the article to you that was being brought up because what she said was what Mr. Dickenball said, which I'm still just too goddamn funny, is explain the cuck article, right? Okay, and before this was being widespread and like a bunch of YouTubers were talking about it, everyone on Twitter was talking about it. Everyone was like, "Why would you lash out at Sydney? She's the nicest, sweetest person." And it's not obviously like she was like, "Why are you a fucking cuck, bro?" Mm-hmm. She was just reading what someone else wrote, and if you watch that show, she's like that. She doesn't reread things. There's a couple of times where she's gotten halfway through a message and been like, "Oh, I'm gonna say a Holocaust joke," like because some people are just fucked up and they send stupid shit, and so a lot of people are just like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, why would you come after her like that?" And he went after a bunch of other YouTubers because they were covering it. They were covering it and being like, this guy is not right? So all this stuff came out. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, so today I sent my adoring, loyal, hot young girlfriend of 2 years to have sex with a stranger from Tinder. She is currently at his apartment, checked in with me via text, and is presumably sucking and fucking her way to a good time. I'm alone writing. That's the way it starts.
Okay.
Couldn't be happier. Now, before you write me off as another salon.com freak who wants to be a cuckold or some kind of spineless beta undermale, hear me out. This has been a long road. My manhood is intact and my dick is hard. I'm almost 40. Years ago, after my divorce from my blue pill marriage, I found Royce Rouge V. And eventually Rational Male. Along the way, I made friends with Cernovich, and we came up together in the game. I've learned and practiced Tantra, various elements of the BDSM lifestyle, and just about every angle for male to female relations. So, like, just on the start of this, that's a cuck.
So basically, this is just a guy that's been known as an alpha male, and so everyone's coming down on him because of this article?
Because of this article that he wrote in 2015.
Okay.
So,
did he start the alpha male business before that or after that?
After.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and they're kind of coming down on him mostly because of his response. If he would have been like, hey, man, like, it's some shit that I went through. Like, I've changed. It was a tough time I was going through. Just went through a divorce. Like, I wasn't in the right frame of mind, right? That understandable, but saying, fuck you. Why would you fucking bring that up? Fuck you, Heartfelt.
Yeah.
Right? which is now a joke all over the internet, by the way. I learned over time how my natural disposition is to be dominant. For submissive women, I'm practically ideal. Let me see. I've had sex slaves, little girls, and tied them all up. Feminists seek me out to fuck them like the patriarchy. Like, this is...
Jesus.
Yeah, he's not the best person. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm sure he didn't mean, like, little girls, like kids, but he shouldn't be saying that.
A lot of shit has come out with people lately, so... and yet I've just sent my 15-year junior girlfriend to bang Matt from Tinder. Why? Years of being in a dead marriage, sexless, undesired, unappreciated, made me question myself, made me question my manliness. It made me question my worth. I was emasculated. In couples therapy, the 60-year-old shriveled arbiter proclaimed my sexual urges unreasonable, that my wife had no obligation nor even a passing concern for the existential angst my unrequited sexual energy was creating. I was dying. My personal Maslow's unmet.
He sounds like some kind of like serial rapist in the making.
It sounds like we're reading a Chuck Palahniuk book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with Fight Club and like Choke and all that. But like the store brand version. But they didn't care. Ultimately, divorce and subsequent followed. That's exactly what he said. From that disorder, my new persona evolved. I made it a goal to become objectified. Was it the healthiest contraception? Maybe not, but my ego demanded it for survival. I had to become reaffirmed sexually. In many ways...
He has some issues.
I know, exactly. And it's not just the beard. Did you notice that? So
it reminded me of... I don't know what she is, pop artist or whatever she is, that Sia or...
Oh, Sia, yeah.
S-I-A.
Yeah. The one
she has
who
like the white...
the cover over her face. Yeah.
He has it on his face.
In many ways, sex is about being accepted by the other person. Human beings are designed for attachment and affirmation. We need it. And now there are a couple of things in here that he says that I understand. Like, human beings are designed for attachment and affirmation. I get that.
There's two movies that come to mind after you read that article. One, Sleeping with the Enemy. And two, Kiss the Girls.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This dude's got mental issues.
He's got issues. Okay, so
he's all pissed because all of a sudden now
everyone's coming out. So basically, he just goes through here to if you want to see the whole article, I'll leave in the description or in the comments because he obviously took down the article. He's trying to have it wiped from the internet, which
bro, it's out there.
If you put it out there, it's out there.
It's in cyberspace.
Well, I had to get this from an archived website, so they archive the internet if someone takes shit down. So he's
always
tried.
Exists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you want to read the rest of the article, go ahead. But if you follow down the Jack Murphy rabbit hole, there were videos of him
I don't want to know.
inserting, because you know what Chatterbait is?
No.
Okay, Chatterbait's a website where you go on there.
I'm picturing you like at 3 a.m, like going down the rabbit hole on these weird websites.
Yes. And so I had to scrub I'm kidding. So basically Chatterbait is a website. I think that was, let me see, what is the definition of what Chatterbait is? Because the way that I understand it is that Chatterbait is a website where you can pay people to do interesting sexual things and watch them live. So
isn't that
kind of like before OnlyFans?
There you go.
Before that, Chatterbait is an adult website providing live webcam performances by individual webcam models and couples, typically featuring. What was that? What was that?
I don't know. The bubbles from this.
As I'm reading what Chatham is. No, it's good. It's good.
You ignorant slut.
Typically featuring nudity and sexual activity ranging from striptease and erotic talk to more explicit sexual acts such as masturbation with sex toys. The reason why it says that and the reason why it's so funny is because there are videos of Jack Murphy and his girlfriend. She is giving him a rim job, so licking his asshole, and then putting a large butt plug in. And it's not, you could see he was like kind of a bigger guy, right? So it's not flattering because the angle is from up here, so he's like
the porn shot.
Yeah, exactly. So he's laying down, but you don't see dick or anything, or at least in the videos that I saw, thank God, you don't see any of that, but you just see his reaction to like her down the, yeah, exactly. There's some interesting videos and some pictures.
You watched that?
I watched the censored version.
Oh,
okay,
God,
I didn't see any of that, but I was interested. It was fucking weird. This guy is a weird guy. It's like watching a serial killer documentary, but just with butt plugs. So what he did is, because people were talking about it and because people were calling him out on his bullshit, he started going on Twitter and blocking people. He tried to get Elijah and Sydney fired from the Blaze TV because for what? He went on. You're supposed to let me know if I look like a gnome, by the way.
Well, you also have like hair sticking out right here.
Really?
There you go.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
And so, because they work for Blaze TV, so that's Glenn Beck, and he's the one who owns the company. So he like tweeted at him saying, "Hey, is this what you allow your new?" And they're like, "Dude, you blew up on us. Like,
calm the fuck down.
Exactly, calm your fucking titties." And Heartfelt.
He probably went home and did that.
He's a lavender.
I don't want to mess up my hair, but he probably like bent his head forward and sucked himself off.
Yeah,
he probably took out ribs. Like, what's his name?
Like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Is that real? Or is that like the Richard Gere like gerbil?
Mouse. I think that's what it is. I think it's a fake thing.
Okay.
But let's just go with it because there's all this stuff coming out about Marilyn Manson anyway.
Try to relax your anus.
So he blew up on her, and then Tim Pool actually had him on his show that following Wednesday, and brought it up with him and was like, "Hey, so what was the whole thing?" And not like bringing up the cuck article, but bringing up like the whole situation about him blowing up on them.
What's your problem?
Yeah, and he was like, it's. I mean, that's such a nothing burger of a situation. Like blah blah blah.
Is
like
that the
it's
opposite
so
of a
ridiculous.
Whataburger?
Yeah, exactly. So
it's a nothing burger.
So he said, "I already apologized, and I didn't say anything that was, offensive or anything." And I'm like, dude, you told a chick to go fuck herself.
Like 6 times.
Like, why would you fucking bring that up?
She was probably so confused.
Yeah, and you see Elijah's reaction. He like coughed. He's like, "Oh, yeah. I'm sorry." But so now every night on their show since they've come back, because that was right before Christmas, there's a heartfelt joke or there's a fucking, why would you ever fucking bring that up? Like, so it's great. Like,
I'm sorry, but again, the guy with that beard.
Yeah, the cuck.
You're gonna get made fun of.
Yeah, and so what has been found out also is his real name isn't Jack Murphy, it's John Coleman, and he's going as a pseudonym. So, and that Rekieta Law channel that I watch, with the Rittenhouse stuff, he was talking about it because he's friends with another YouTuber that was covering it, that was kind of getting a bunch of shit from covering it, and so this guy Jack Murphy started going after him. And so he doesn't hold back, the jokes that he makes on his shit. So he literally had one whole live stream of 3 hours of him and another dude wearing fake beards and going, "Oh yeah, this is how you're an alpha giga chad." This is like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And so instead of the liminal order, they came up with a new one. It's called the Seminal order. Yeah. So now that's it. The internet is a very interesting place, and it's very hilarious.
It just takes one little thing.
One little fuck up.
One little match.
And it's going to follow you forever, So he did not handle that well, and
He just seems like a weird dude.
yeah, right.
Butthole.
So
I bet he goes home at night and he just sits in the middle of his room. Nobody likes me. You're an alpha male. Nobody likes me. Oh man, even the therapist is telling him, no.
it brings a whole new meaning to using your tears as lube. Okay, so
That's not a meaning.
what?
Oh, it's like I've never heard that one before.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a sad little beta kid? No.
No.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a penis. So.
I don't know on that one.
Okay, so let's see. What are we gonna?
We're looking at the topic
What do you
board.
want to talk? Well, yeah, we're not staring at you guys. No, there's
I'm intensely staring at everybody, making you feel awkward.
Okay, so I think what we should talk. Do you want to do the Rogan and the PhD ones, or
The
you want
sad
to talk
thing
about?
is I can't read that far.
We either have the poke mandate stuff that got cut off with the Rogan and the PhDs also, the 270 doctors, or we could talk about Eternals, or we could talk about Matt Walsh and the trans stuff on Dr. Phil.
Let's talk about that because I'm not familiar with.
this is good. Okay, so Matt Walsh is a part of the Daily
We'll
Wire.
go from one weirdo to the next weirdo,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
talk about Eternals.
And before we get into that, here's an ad, guys. Being comfortable with violence is a must nowadays. Whether it's in a parking lot, a store, at school, church, Kenosha, car lot, middle of
1,
the
2,
street.
and 3.
Yeah. Uno, dos, tres. If you're faced with
Cuatro,
violence, you
cinco,
got-
cinco, seis.
Wow, Offspring.
Yeah.
That's the loudest concert I've ever been to, actually.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of
Exana
Anyways.
Hombre, favorite album. Okay, go ahead.
pretty fly for a half white guy. If you're faced with violence, be calm, be confident, and be comfortable. From the mat to the field, in comfort, there is confidence. Have both with Violent Vibe Tribe. We gotta figure out this little ad read a little bit. We gotta work it around. But basically, you gotta have that violent vibe about you. It doesn't mean be violent towards people. You just know that you always gotta
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Keep on your toes.
Be like Rittenhouse.
Keep your eyes peeled. I never got that terms. This is weird.
Peeled.
This is like onions.
Open.
Oh yeah, but is that peeled? It's not like you're not peeled back, I guess. I don't know. Basically, just always know your surroundings. Always know what's going on, because especially nowadays with all the stuff going on, there's shit can pop off, man, and shit can get crazy, and you could find yourself at a Travis Scott concert, or hanging out with Alec Baldwin. But anyways, go check out violentvibetribe.com and use the promo code TD20 for 20% off your entire order. And Till Death Studios and Violent Vibe Tribe are going to be doing a sweet collab on a little sticker pack. So stay tuned on all that, and I'll definitely be finger blasting the
I'm going with guns.
damn it.
You're a little slow over there.
Dwight, you ignorant slut!
Yeah, but make sure you check out all that, and we're gonna be doing that sticker pack, and so check out all the social medias for all that info. And speaking of social medias, at violent_vibe_tribe, to go like and share and subscribe and follow them and diddle them, all the things. But yeah, go check them out. Again, Violent Vibe Tribe. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled.
Try to relax your anus.
Be a banana.
I'm a banana. Do you remember that video?
No.
Oh, I have so many good things to share. Yeah, so go check it out. And and Nick Wright also is the owner of the company. So, and he's been on our podcast a couple times. So go check out one of the episodes. Later. Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Make sure you check out Violent Vibe Tribe. I figure we know after Jack Murphy, we just talk about Violent Vibe because that's.
Can we stop calling him Jack Murphy? Because I think of Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego every time. I can't.
Okay, Alpha Giga Chad. There we go. That's what everyone's calling him on the.
Weird beard.
On the internet. Beard's weird. Okay, so Matt Walsh was on Dr. Phil. Matt Walsh is he's one of the people that's a part of the Daily Wire, like Ben Shapiro's his company, his news organization, and he's a very interesting dude.
He's trans?
What?
He's trans?
No. He's the guy that went on Dr. Phil's show to talk with gender consultants, is what they're called. They're non-binary. So you get ready to have your mind.
My brain hurts already. Just gender consultants. Can I get that on my name plaque for work now? Like, I'm HR and I'm also a gender consultant.
Yeah, put your pronouns on there. So, all right. So here is. Let me see real quick. I'm going to close this down.
Oh, Dr. Phil.
I know.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's great.
He looks confused.
That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel.
Walsh.
Actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl, well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology is that no one who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. It's like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
It's Matt Walsh with longer hair. And then,
Wait, is that one too?
Yeah, that's a non-binary also.
No, I can't.
Here, this
because
is
it's not for me to say.
Words means like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
Well, that
no,
definitely isn't.
Because it's not for me to say. Womanhood looks different for everybody.
What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female.
And what does a female mean?
A vagina.
Well,
how do you define a female?
Someone with female reproductive organs.
Okay.
Someone who's, here's the thing, when you're a female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, we can dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were.
It has a beard.
Yeah.
Women don't have that.
Yeah, exactly. Are you in the circus? Like the bearded woman, right? Wasn't that one of them?
Like, shave your face and then you could be more look like a woman.
Yeah, it's like, what are you trying to do here? So it gets good here in a second.
Because it's ingrained in every fiber of their being.
Interesting. So I'm trying to understand. Your definition is that a woman is someone who is female, you said, right?
Correct. Is a biological female.
So what happens if we have maybe someone who is female, identifies as a woman, right? Cisgender woman, right? As you just explained. Maybe doesn't have the ability to reproduce. Maybe doesn't have those organs that you're talking about that are reproductive organs.
I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not myself.
You used the word, so what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So here's the thing.
The word, so what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right? So here's the thing. I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Women.
Okay, let's just say real quick.
What do you identify as?
Non-binary.
So just a thing.
Yeah.
Just something that exists.
Okay, and we're just saying, like, if we had friends that were non-binary or any of that, I'm not going to be disrespectful to them, but I'm still going to have questions because I don't understand it. And you guys don't allow us to answer shit.
Well, no, here's what's going to happen next. You're going to have, it's, to me, like, if people are trying to say, oh, there's more than just two genders. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, well, then there's more than... Well, this kind of got dirty. I don't know why this came to mind right away, but I was like, okay, so you shit and you piss. Mm-hmm. Do you shit piss? No, I mean, like, so... can you do like like you can shoot rainbows out of your ass now too?
Well, yeah, no, like definitions of words are just, they're not a thing anymore.
It's just weird. It's like we're in
Fantasyland. We are so privileged as a country, as a people in this country, that this is what we're discussing. We're not discussing how to make our country better. We're discussing how to be professionally offended by someone calling you a name. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's something that is an umbrella term. It includes people
that describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify
but
as
what is a woman?
As a woman.
What is that?
Was to each their own. Okay. Each woman, each man, each person is going to have a different relation with their own gender identity and define it differently. And so trans women are women too.
Okay.
And you want to hold on. You want to reduce.
Won't even tell me what the word means, though. So
you
that's
want to
the
reduce
problem.
women. You want to reduce men down to maybe just their genetics, our genitals, our chromosomes. Right? That's what you're saying.
What you want to do is
that's
what you want to do is appropriate women. You want to appropriate womanhood.
Okay.
And turn it into basically a costume that could be worn.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
This is where all the therapists in the world are like, I'm gonna make some money.
Yeah, exactly. And so what are we doing here also? A lot of people have been talking about it where, it's instead of going to a psychologist where they would ask you why or try and figure out how to make your brain cope with what you're going through or figure it out, they're just, no, go ahead and go down that road. What if that's not really what's going on with you? That you need to ask questions. Like one of the other things that they were talking about, that he was talking about, is because they were talking about a 4-year-old who says, he was like, I have kids, and Matt Walsh, not the other he, was saying, I have kids. Now, if my 4-year-old boy comes up to me and says, I'm a girl now, he would say, okay, what is a girl? I said, and if they say, oh, well, I like, I want to play with Barbies and, my favorite color is pink. I said, okay, you can play with Barbies. Your favorite color can be pink, but that doesn't mean you're a girl.
But kids don't know. They just know that they have friends that are boys and friends that are girls. Yeah. And the girls play with the Barbies and wear pink.
Yeah. But I don't think it should be the choice of the parents, or like, because a kid can't consent to sex, let alone changing their sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's disturbing to me.
Yeah, putting hormones and putting all this stuff in there, it's disgusting. It's gross.
But also what's going to happen is the parents that are allowing the hormone stuff to happen at a young age, these kids are going to end up having cancer and other diseases when they get older because that is messing with them. And they've already said for adults, trying to stay away from added hormones in the body. Now you're like altering your DNA and all that stuff with adding all this shit to your body that you shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's going to fuck up all these kids. They're all going to have shortened lives and they're going to have issues. They're going to have health issues. Not to mention all the mental issues that are already present, obviously in the household because of the parents.
Okay, so hold on one second. I
want to know what Dr. Phil has to say.
There should be no construct of gender, just sex. You're either male or female.
Right.
And someone feeling in a mental, emotional way that they don't identify with the sex that they have been biologically created as and assigned at birth based on their genitalia. If they don't feel that way, that there's no construct that describes that, experiences that.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the reality. So you can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. It's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think it's a delusion?
Yes,
someone is self-delusional.
Completely.
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. Like that's why when you hear a parent say, "Oh, my 4-year-old son came to me and said that I'm a girl now," And so that's what I'm gonna raise him as a girl. No, you're a 4-year-old. I have 4 kids.
Yeah, this is
when
what
a
he was
4-year-old
saying.
boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl." Here's a good follow-up question. What is a girl? Ask him what he means by that. What do you mean by girl? And when you ask him that, here's what he'll tell you. He will tell you what he really means is that he wants to do some of the things that girls do, like play with the dollhouse, or you know, he likes the color pink. That's fine. Play with the dollhouse, but you're still a boy.
That's what. So that happened, and then the first video I showed you is that's why he said, "Oh, just like the 4-year-old boys, you know, doesn't know. Yeah, you guys don't know what a woman is, you know." Ugh. It just becomes such a crazy conversation because it's like the amount of people that I've heard and heard them talk about the trans issue and talk about people that are against. Like people like Matt Walsh or Ben Shapiro or even Tim Pool, anyone talking about this, they're not saying that trans people aren't real. They're not saying that they hate them and they're transphobic. They're just saying that it's that's what they're going through. But you have to be realistic about things. You have to realize that just because you feel a certain way doesn't make it reality. That just means that makes it the way you feel.
Yeah. And I know he kind of dumbed it down saying, well, I could identify as a tomato plant right now.
Yeah.
That's literally what it's coming down to, though.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think I say I identify as an attack helicopter? Because it's hilarious and because it's that ridiculous. Like, what if I told you tomorrow, babe, hey, I feel you married a woman.
Like, well, I'm taking you to therapy.
Thank you. Like, if I said that, I would want you to, because I obviously have something going on in my head where I need to talk to someone about it, right? So why aren't these people in their lives, the people in those lives, being like, hey, go talk to someone else because I'm not equipped or equipped to handle what you're going through.
I just wonder, like, how many of these people actually do have any kind of, like, mental illness versus are just confused for whatever reason, maybe because it's how they were brought up in their household, or how many of them actually are like, gay or whatnot, but they it's like, I mean, obviously, like, I've never experienced that, so I don't know what those feelings are, like what kind of urges people have, but like, what if they're confused by what they're feeling? So it's like, maybe they really are gay. It's kind of like you told me that when you were growing up, you were more tomboyish at first, and then instead of your mom saying, hey, let's go jab testosterone into your ass cheek once a week, I'm going to buy you some Roxy. I'm going to buy you some women's clothes and try and see if that's what you want. It was like going through the stages.
She didn't go buy you some Doc Martens and Dickies. You know what I mean?
Going through the stages of wearing all pink, like everything was pink. Then tomboy, and then she's like, okay, you're wearing a lot of no fear right now, so I'm gonna take you to White Seal and Charlotte Russe, and I'm gonna buy you everything pastel. And so then I like, cool, I get new clothes. So then I'm wearing all that, but then in high school, because I remember, I will never forget my older cousin. I remember her, she was 3 years older than me, and she was like, because my bedroom set was, like, my bed was a trundle bed, so it was like pink with hearts on the railings, and then my furniture was like this light oak with like really pretty flowers on it, whatever.
See, I shake my head at that because I'm a boy, and that seems ridiculous.
Yeah,
any girl would be like, "Oh, that's amazing."
Yeah, but I remember
that was weird.
It was like that Ashley or. What did you just do?
I hit my teeth in the ball.
Oh God!
Go ahead,
married to you. I forget what the brand was. Something Ashley. It was like all floral stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, so I remember complaining to her. I'm like, ugh, I don't like all this pink and the flowers, whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, I like blue is my color right now. And my cousin's like, oh, don't worry. Like, once you get to high school, you'll be like, you'll love all the pink all over again. And I remember that, I transitioned back and like literally like everything I wore was Roxy or Hurley or Rusty, and it was all pink, like everything pink, everything sparkly.
You probably had the white etnies with the pink E on them.
I actually didn't like etnies, so
okay.
I always wore Vans. That was I wore, being in California, I always wore flip flops to school, so it didn't count. But so it was just funny because then my mom, I distinctly remember that day too. Yeah. So my mom was like, "Oh, these are cute little booty shorts, like little pink."
Dwight, you ignorant slut.
No, I mean, when I was growing up and I was in metal bands and like I was in like scene bands, I was a scene kid. I wore girl jeans. Does that make me a woman because you know what I mean? Like, there's so many weird things that like, but also again, and what he's saying right there, talking about it being a mental illness up until 5 years ago ish. It was. It literally in the medical journals, it was listed as gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
Ugh, excuse me. And so it's like, at what point, it's like there's a difference between normalizing that there are people with this mental condition, or that this is the way they feel about each other. There's a difference between normalizing that and normalizing it that we shouldn't be trying to help them through it.
There's going to be kids growing up and be like, Mommy, she has a beard.
Yeah, and
it's no longer like the Italian girl with the thick mustache coming in. It's like it's your beard.
Yeah.
What this has.
Exactly. There are so many things I'm going to probably have to bleep out of this clip just because YouTube. I'm not kidding you right now. Like that.
Well, YouTube is run by a whole bunch of probably.
Damn. Well, this is going to be a clip for Rumble.
Yeah. No, I'm like, okay, if we want to get into YouTube, it's probably run by some like fat, femmy. What are all the main words?
Susan Wojcicki. She's very feministy, very very
hate
liberal.
Men.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's very it gets annoying because you have to tiptoe around all the shit being able to talk about it. We're just trying to fucking talk about it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because it's weird and I want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic and I don't understand it.
I don't understand how like a woman could be like, I'm gonna start identifying as a man because I don't have a pair of balls and a dick and I want one. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, you know, like this. No, please. That's like me saying I want to be a girl, okay? We have an interesting marriage going on right here. I'm going to go shove a butt plug in my ass and go...
That's not the Saturday night that I was looking forward to, but okay.
Do you want the butt plug in your ass?
Try to relax your anus.
Okay, so before we...
This is definitely not going on YouTube.
Yeah, so before we get into... Oh, and the next thing we're going to talk about is the poke. So this might be... this not Jack Murphy in his butthole. This might be a Rumble episode.
Yeah.
Or bitch shoot, or, you know, poop shoot, or... so before we talk about that, here's an ad. Hey, guys. We here at Still Death Podcast realize that with everything opening up, you might need some new clothes to show off in public. It's scary, I know. But you can rest assured that we've got your back. We have high quality merch and fair prices so you can support your new favorite podcast without breaking the bank. We have a bunch of items to choose from, like this shirt, which is my personal favorite. Oh, it's upside down. See, we got this. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Or, also, this one for the ladies. For my lady, and punch myself in the balls. There we go, it's our old paint splat shirt. We also have tanks, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, yoga pants, beach towels, and even fanny packs, like this one right here. So just head over to teespring.com/stores and use the promo code NOMOREMASK and you'll get 15% off your entire order. That's No More Mask for 15% off. So what are you waiting for? Just do it! Just do it! Go get one. They're awesome. Do it. Also, head over to solo.to/tilldeathpodcast for all things Till Death and how to stay up to date with all of our content. Babe, thought laundry was your job.
Get all this merch out of my house.
See what I mean? What's going on, guys? Thank you very much for hanging out for that Teespring ad. Make sure you go pick up some merch. And yeah, so if you guys haven't, if you guys been living under a rock, you don't pay attention to politics, then you don't realize that the vax mandate, or the poke mandate, let's say, has... I want to have at least one part of this podcast that can go on YouTube, okay?
Okay.
So,
poke.
yeah, so 15 seconds of this conversation, and then it'll be back.
I actually want to see if it's federal while you're talking.
So basically, there was a mandate that Biden was trying to push for all companies to force their employees to get the poke. And the Supreme Court took it down and made sure that we are still free Americans that have the choice to do whatever we want for our own health and safety. And so I just wanted to play you a little something to show you how crazy our world is right now.
Oh, is this...
Huh?
Is this the song and dance?
Oh, no, because I showed you that already.
Okay.
This is something I haven't showed you. Okay.
I like the wording already.
People are nuts.
People are nuts.
Okay, so you got 2 masks on?
Yeah, I see a double.
Okay.
People are nuts.
3.
Where's the count?
4. 5.
Dude, he's gonna kill himself.
6.
This can't be real.
7 masks.
I hate. I hate people. I was waiting for one to just snap.
Look at how tight that is on his fucking head.
Well, he doesn't have a brain, so it's not like it's squishing anything.
It's Biden. No, but what are you doing? Why it's 7 masks? I'm so confused on how you can breathe.
That's what he does when he before sex. He puts on 8 condoms.
He didn't ever understand that they rub together, and that's actually worse. It protects less, right?
No, he's literally gonna suffocate himself.
Well, hey,
let him die.
We got people in the world like this too. I'm right there with you, buddy. Okay, give me the 8 mask fucking special. But
going into some Walmarts, like, that might be necessary.
Yeah, okay, Walmart.
I'm thinking that Walmart we went into down by the old Fry's in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, that one where it's like a really super dark parking lot.
Yeah, exactly.
The security towers in the parking lot.
Well, we only had to wear a bunch of masks like that to, like, blend in with the rest of the shady-ass fucking people in that parking lot, so they wouldn't think that we were too good, that we were a part of the theft crew also.
Oh, God.
But anyways, guys, so if you're watching on YouTube, I'm sure you probably weren't able to watch this whole episode. So make sure you go on to Rumble, BitChute, or Odyssey, I believe. I think
Rumble in the jungle.
And yes, make sure you hit the Rumble button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, hit share, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. Check out some of our little shorts that we've done. And I think they're up on Reels on the Instagram and all that too. We have all the links at solo.to/tilldeathpodcast. Make sure you check us out on Instagram and Twitter. All the titles and the links and everywhere you can get us is right down here at the bottom. And yeah, I think that's it, right? Check out violentvibetribe.com. Promo code TD20, 20% off. Check out our merch.
Comment.
There we go. Comment.
Show us your anger.
Not your butthole. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And to all the people that are new, like I said at the top of the episode, thank you very much for showing up. And sorry in advance. Take care, guys. And what is it? For richer, for poor, till death do us part. Pizza time. Hey guys, if you like this video, please subscribe and please watch the video. It helps us out a lot because we offended all of our neighbors around our house and they hate us and they are now kicking us out. We are being evicted because we say bad things. Respect, freedom of speech.